Hey everybody, welcome to day 236 of the Daily Stoic. All right, here's the quote for today. It's short, sweet, to the point. I'll never be ashamed to quote a bad writer with a good saying. Seneca. So, as I was thinking about this today, what kept coming back to me is how much further along in life would we get if we didn't care about the source of the good information, right? And what I mean by that is I think sometimes in life, due to stereotypes or due to things or society, we have certain preconceived notions in our head. We have certain things that we think like, hey, if I want to learn something religiously based, I can only do that at church. Or if I want to learn something politically based, I can only do that studying political science or being in a public office somewhere. Or if I want to learn something about math, I can only do that in a math class. I think they're all stereotypes, and I think that stereotyping information doesn't do us any good ever. Now, do some of these things make sense? I mean, if you want to learn about math, take a math class. Yeah, it makes sense. If you want to learn about politics, either hold a political office or study political science. Yes, that makes sense. But I guess what I'm trying to say here is that's not the only place that you can learn about those things. And just because you learn about math in a math class or politics in a poli-sci class or, money in an economics class, just because you learn about those things there does not mean that everything that you are always learning, A, is something that you can use in your life, and B, is something that, is true and valid, right? So why don't you look outside of those subject areas and learn about those things as well? Just because we're not studying in that specific area does not mean that the lesson on money or economics or political science or math is not valid just because we didn't learn it in one of those classes. Take, for instance, right? Say like, you're learning about chemistry. And so you think, oh, well, the only place I can learn about chemistry is in a chemistry class. But what about if you were a pharmacist? Would chemistry help you there? Yes, of course it would. Would you learn a different form of chemistry to be a pharmacist? Building compounds, making things like that? Yes, you would. Would some of the basic principles that you still learn in a chemistry class still hold true to studying to become a pharmacist and making pharmaceuticals? Yes, it would. But you would also learn new things there. You would learn new ways of looking at chemistry. You would learn different things doing the job of a pharmacist and building compounds into drugs and how they interact with people and things like that than you would in a chemistry class. So does that mean that since you learned some of chemistry in pharmacy, that the stuff that you learn there about chemistry is not valid? No. It doesn't have to be a source that either society tells us is appropriate or that we've been trained to think is appropriate to learn something new. Take information for what it is, right? And information, a lot of times when we get it, is neither good nor bad. It's what we perceive it to be. Just like learning some chemistry in a pharmacy class is not good or bad. It's what we perceive it to be. And just because we don't think that we should be learning some chemistry in pharmacy doesn't mean that it's bad. And just because we learn some chemistry in the chemistry class doesn't mean that it's right. Doesn't mean that it's good either. Life experiences will be one of the greatest teachers we can ever have. Do not, people, grade your information on where you obtained it. Grade your information for what it is and what it means to you and how it can help you. That's how you grade your information. That's what this quote means to me. I'd love to hear what this quote means to you. So please take some time, read this quote, think about it, ponder it, leave your thoughts and comments below this video, and let you and I have a conversation about it, all right? Until tomorrow, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And let's all strive harder each and every day to live life more like a Stoic.